The 6 titles Michael Jordan won from 1991 to 1998 are each considered one of the greatest playoff runs of all time. They are filled with iconic performances and moments. It's where he established himself as the ultimate competitor, closer, and winner. As difficult as this is, we will rank each of those title runs from worst to best. Make sure to comment on your list below and the reasoning behind it. At number 6, we have Michael Jordan in 1997. He had so many historic moments. We first have his performance in Game 2 of the first round series against the Washington Bullets. He had 55 points on 63% shooting. That is tied with the 5th highest scoring total for a playoff game. In Game 1 of the finals, he had the most recent buzzer beater that occurred in the finals. He also had the infamous flu game in Game 5. He had 38 points and made a 3-pointer with 25 seconds left that ultimately won the game. Then in Game 6, he assisted on the title-clinching shot by Steve Kerr. At number 5, we have Michael Jordan in 1996. Believe it or not, there were times when he needed to carry the load for this 72-win team. Take for example Game 1 of the semifinals against the Knicks. He finished with 44 points on 49% shooting, which was nearly half of Chicago's points. But his best performance certainly came against the Orlando Magic in the conference finals. In Game 4, he recorded 45 points on nearly 70% shooting. I can't help but to think that Jordan was gunning for 45 points to end the Shaq and Penny era of the Orlando Magic. At number 4, we have Michael Jordan in 1998. I believe this is the best playoff run from Jordan's second three-peat. He posted the 9th highest win shares and points. At this point in his career, he knew every trick. His fundamentals were flawless, and he had a basketball IQ of 400. Those intangibles were on full display when his shot wasn't falling. When he shot 41% in Game 1 of the first round, he made the game-winning steal and dunk in overtime. When he shot 36% in Game 7 of the conference finals, he had 9 rebounds and 8 assists. He also held Reggie Miller scoreless in the 4th quarter. But his basketball brilliance was highlighted even more so in Game 6 of the finals. He scored 45 points, which is the second highest scoring total for a title-clinching game. And he made arguably the biggest and most iconic shot in NBA history that won the Bulls their 6th title. At number 3, we have Michael Jordan in 1992. He started by making history. In the first round series against Miami, he averaged 45 points on 61% shooting, 9.7 rebounds, 6.7 assists, and 3 steals per game. In Game 3, he recorded 56 points on 67% shooting. That is tied for the 4th highest playoff scoring game. In the next series against the Knicks, the Bulls were pushed to the limit. This is where he forced his will despite his teammates struggling on offense. The perfect example of this came in Game 7. He recorded 42 points on 52% shooting, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. In the finals against Portland, he gave us a pair of legendary moments. There was the iconic shrug game where he went for 35 points on 6 made 3-pointers in the first half. Then in Game 5, he went for 46 points on 61% shooting. That's the 10th highest scoring game in the finals. At number 2, we have Michael Jordan in 1993. What you're looking at is the highest points per game average for a player that won the title. Some of his most notable performances includes the buzzer beater he made against the Cavaliers in Game 4 of the semifinals. In the conference finals against the Knicks, he recorded 54 points on 60% shooting in Game 4. But it was his performance in the finals that makes his top 5 worthy. He averaged 41 points on 51% shooting, 8.5 assists, and 6.3 rebounds per game. That is the highest scoring average for the finals. He scored over 40 points in 4 straight games. That includes his Game 4 performance when he had 55 points on 58% shooting. That's the second highest scoring game in NBA Finals history. Number 1, we have Michael Jordan in 1991. The case that placed this in the number 1 spot is due to his all-around excellence and the dominant postseason record the Bulls had. They went 15-2. In both games, they lost by 2 points, and both times an opponent made a game-winning three-pointer. It was as complete of a playoff run as a player could have. From a statistical standpoint, he recorded the second highest box plus minus, the sixth highest offensive box plus minus, and the seventh highest value over replacement player rating. If you want scoring, he showed that in Game 3 against the Sixers when he had 46 points on 59% shooting, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 blocks. If you want rebounding, he showed that in Game 5 of the same series. He had 19 rebounds along with 38 points and 7 assists. He even out-rebounded the great Charles Barkley. If you want defense, he showed that in Game 3 against the Pistons when he had 5 blocks and 3 steals. And if you want playmaking, he did that all series long in the finals. He averaged 11.4 assists per game. That's the 7th highest assist per game mark in the finals, and it's the highest by any player not named Magic Johnson. And he also averaged 2.4 steals per game, which is the 4th highest mark in the finals. On top of all that, he averaged 31.2 points on 56% shooting. He was as perfect as you can ever get in the playoffs. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you agree with this list? What do you think was the greatest playoff run from Michael Jordan? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.